Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ray from the Podcaster Studio doing a mic test and review. And today we're looking at the Rode NTG1 microphone that I have mounted here to the boom pole, you can see. And it is just out of shot. So in this shot here, you can't see it. But when we go over to this shot, you can see how it's mounted and set up for this particular shoot. And I have camera 1, which is a Canon 60D, and camera 2, which is a Canon T2i. And the Rode is running into a Zoom H4n, which is sitting on the floor so I can see the levels. And it's recording what you're hearing right now. This is actually the sound from the Rode NTG1. And you can see that I have it positioned just above my head, but pointing down towards my chest. So it's getting the best sound. It's passing over my mouth, hitting my chest where you get that nice low end, and it's rejecting sound from the sides, and there's no sound coming from the ceiling. If I had the camera, or if I had the microphone mounted to the top of the camera, then it would be facing in a horizontal position instead of the vertical position that it's in now, and if there was noise behind it, it would be picking that up a little bit. This is a directional condenser microphone, is how Rode labels it, and it has a nice pickup pattern. So one of the advantages of using a microphone like this is that it's rejecting sound from the sides and picking up mostly what's in front of the microphone. Now, it does matter how close you are to the microphone, and that's one of the reasons for using a mic like this. It allows you to get the microphone close to the talent or whoever's talking on camera without there being any microphones in the shot. You can see I don't have on any kind of lavalier microphone, and you can't see the microphone in the shot because it's boomed just over my head. So one of the advantages is that the microphone is close, it's picking up great audio, as you can hear. And in a situation like I have here where it's just me shooting a talking head of myself, demonstrating the microphone, I can mount it into a permanent position, and as long as I stay here, it's fine. If I move off axis, if I come over here a little bit, the sound's gonna change, and you can hear that. So it's very directional, and it picks up what's right in front of it, and it helps to be closer to the microphone. Otherwise, you will pick up more room tone. For instance, if I step back from out of my seat, and you can see I'm over here, the microphone's gonna sound much different. It's not picking me up as loud, the levels aren't the same. You're gonna hear more of the room tone, and it's just gonna sound different. So you get that quality sound from getting right in front of the microphone, and the Rode NTG1 is a great affordable option for getting the microphone off the camera and near your talent. Now, if you have someone who can hold a boom pole for you, so if we took off this boom here, it's not made for being a boom pole, but just in this example, you've seen boom poles, the guys hold it in the movies, right? They get the microphone close to talent, and if you have people moving, if you have two people talking, the person can move the microphone back and forth and pick up both the actors and move with them as they're going along in the scene. Now, this also is great for if you're on a conference floor, and a directional microphone is great because it's gonna reject a lot of the sound around it and focus, the pickup pattern is gonna focus what it's hearing on who the microphone is pointed at and who it's close to. So if you're going around on a conference floor doing interviews, then someone could be holding the microphone and they could be focusing that right on the person who's speaking at the time and moving it towards the interviewer and the person who's speaking, or the interviewer could have on their own microphone. Since the interviewer is going to be listening or outputting audio the whole time on their microphone, it's easy to set them up with a microphone like a lav and leave it there and not worry about it. But if you are going around on a conference center floor or any situation that's dynamic where you're coming up on several people, different people every few seconds, you don't want to have to keep miking those people up. So this makes it a very mobile option. Now, if we had it mounted to the camera, then it would be further away from me. And just like the microphone on the camera, which you're hearing right now, I'm actually demonstrating the sound coming out of the Canon 60D, and you can hear a significant difference from when we were using the Rode NTG1. And you can see that the importance of having the microphone close to whoever's talking. And that's one of the reasons onboard mics are not as good. There's many reasons. This is also a very high quality microphone. So some of the features that are nice about this microphone is it's an all metal construction. I'm gonna tap there, hopefully not too annoying. And it's built really well, and it might be the lightest microphone I've ever handled. So attached to a camera, if you're gonna put it on your camera and walk around the show floor or wherever outside, it's going to be very light. It's not gonna add much weight. So another advantage in something like a DSLR setup or any camera setup that you have multiple things mounted to your camera. One of the disadvantages might be to this microphone is that it doesn't have a battery that you can insert into the microphone to have it work on its own. It does require phantom power. So in a DSLR setup, like I'm doing here, that's requiring me using something like a Zoom H4n, which this mic is plugged into. The H4n provides that 48 volt phantom power. So the NTG1 bills itself as a broadcast sound quality microphone, and I think I would have to agree with that. The microphone sounds wonderful from what I've heard on it, and it's gonna give you that quality sound that an onboard microphone or a cheaper microphone is not gonna give you. And again, as I mentioned, it gives you the flexibility to move around, but then you might need someone to help you boom the mic and hold the mic for you, or if it's attached to the top of your camera, then you're gonna wanna be as close as you can without ruining the shot. It has low handling noise, so if you're using the microphone and you touch it or you're moving it around, right now it's on a shock mount, so you're not gonna hear the movements when I make that, but it has low handling noise. If you were to use it handheld or to adjust the microphone, you're gonna be less likely to hear that in real time. It comes with a windshield, a stand mount, and a zip pouch included. So the zip pouch is nice. It helps protect the microphone in transport. The wind filter or wind shield is best for really, really light wind. If you're gonna be outside at all, use that. If you're gonna be in a stronger wind, you're gonna need a more significant windsock, something like the Rode WS6. So that's the NTG1 by Rode. For about $250, you get really quality sound. The ability to not have a battery in it and have it power itself is a disadvantage for me, but you can take a look at the NTG2 by Rode if that's a problem. That allows you to add a 1 AA battery and supply the microphone with power. Check the link in this video's description for links to all the gear used in this video, including the Rode NTG1. I'll see you next time.